Good morning and welcome to the daily meditation from Richard Raw from the Centre for Action and Contemplation. The theme for this week is Julian of Norwich, the great English mystic. Today's date is Friday, the 15th of May, 2020, and today's contribution is entitled A Radically Optimistic Theology. And this is how Richard Raw begins. My friend Mirabai Starr is gifted with the ability to deliver the teachings of the mystics straight to our hearts. Here is what she says about Julian of Norwich. Quote, the medieval English anchoress Julian of Norwich bequeathed to us a radically optimistic theology. She had no problem admitting that human beings have a tendency to go astray. We rupture relationships, dishonor the divine, make unfortunate choices and try to hide our faults. And yet Julian insists, all will be well, and all will be well, and every kind of thing will be well. Take that in. This assertion is meant to penetrate the fog of our despair and wake us up. Julian repeats her declaration 3 times, most emphatically the third. All will be well, and all will be well, and every kind of thing shall be well. She does not ask us to relegate everything that unfolds to the will of God, calling it perfect against all evidence to the contrary. She squarely faces the inevitability that we will miss the mark, what Julian calls sin, and that there is wickedness in this world. Even so, she is convinced that the nature of the divine is loving kindness, and she wants us to absorb this into every fibre of our being. In her mystical masterwork, The Showings, Julian shares that she used to obsess about sin. She couldn't figure out why God, who is all-powerful, wouldn't have eliminated our negative proclivities when he made the world. If he had left sin out of creation, it seemed to me all would be well. But what God the Mother showed Julian in a near-death vision during her 13th revelation was that all shall be well anyway, not in spite of our transgressions, but because of them. Or, as I like to say, this is Richard Raw speaking now, or as I like to say, we become to God not by doing it right, but by doing it wrong. Mirabai Starr continues. Julian unpacks this for us in chapter 27. In doing so, she dispenses with the whole concept of sin and replaces it with love. I believe that sin has no substance, Julian writes, not a particle of being. While sin itself has no existential value, it has impact. It causes pain. It is the pain that has substance. But mercy is swiftly forthcoming. It is immediately available, inexorable. It is frankly rude of us to doubt that all will be well. When he said these gentle words, Julian writes, speaking of God the Mother, he showed me that he does not have one iota of blame for me or for any other person. So wouldn't it be unkind of me to blame God for my transgressions, since he does not blame me? The merciful nature of God renders the whole blame game obsolete. In fact, it is when we stumble that the divine looks most tenderly upon us. Our vulnerability is beautiful to God the Mother. Here ends the meditation for today. Just 2 things. Firstly, as it happens, you may be interested or not interested to know that I read the Revelations of Divine Love by Julian of Norwich for the first time all the way through on my pilgrimage. I'd actually already arrived at Santiago de Compostela, and I was making the journey to Finisterre, which is a 3-day walk. So I decided that on the first day I would listen to the Revelations of Divine Love all the way through. It takes 13 hours to listen to. And the second thing I want to say is to encourage you to sign up to the Centre for Action and Contemplation. You can sign up on Google. You enter Google, Centre for Action and Contemplation, and you will be directed to where you can sign up and receive these daily meditations into your in-tray. Somebody has emailed me to say that they have done that and they find it very useful to read the meditations through several times and just to ponder what is being said. So I encourage you to do that. I find it a very valuable part of my daily devotions. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye.